Good morning, my neighbors!
Welcome back to another episode of Peep the Game, Finesse Accordingly. Once again, that's Peep the Game, Finesse Accordingly. I am your host, the one and only, Def Finesse, aka Def, and I am in fact a TDF Apex. If you're new here, this channel is designed to encourage the young so-called black man to develop the mentality of a tiger.
Tiger? Tiger? Huh?
Now allow me to explain. I'm not telling you to literally pretend to be an actual full-grown tiger, growling and moving around on your hands and knees, and then finally leaping up and taking a chunk out of someone's ass. Talking about you now identify as a non-binary Siberian tiger.
Oh, no.
But rather instead by learning to develop a specific mentality that will help you to go out and master your primary God-given gift, or as I'll be calling it, your TDF instinct, and also by finally reconnecting to your very own EOP.
What?
AKA your inner apex predator. That part of you within your mind that truly believes you are destined for greatness.
In this society, on this earth, in this day,
And is perpetually frustrated with the fake ass environments and situations you find yourself in
Constantly.
as a young so-called black man. Please don't try to act like you don't know what I'm talking about, because we both know.
You know what I'm talking about, man.
I'm talking about the many different goofy ass situations you find yourself in that make your EOP look at you like,
Look, man, I'm trying to turn a corner, but I'm really starting to fucking lose my patience.
very similar to the predicament of a tiger stuck in a zoo.
If you cannot understand what it's like to be a tiger in a zoo, I don't know how you ever gonna understand what it's like to be a nigger in America.
I believe that in order to break out of this metaphorical zoo that you are in and to successfully escape back into the jungle where you can live life on your own terms, you must first develop three important characteristics. Number one, you must become tireless. Number two, you must become deft. And number three, you must develop a great deal of finesse. In other words, you need to be on some TDF.
Shit.
So with all that being said, the title of today's episode is Steph Curry is to blame for the Ayesha Curry situation. Or should I say situations?
Now, let's get to work.
On some TDF shit.
It's to die for.
Now, you all should be able to tell what my stance is on this topic just from the title alone. But for all the Steph Curry glazers out there that feel like all of this is only Ayesha's fault, let me go ahead and tell you guys two things before we even get started. Number one, if you're sensitive when it comes to your hero Steph Curry and you swear the man can do no wrong, and you are also an individual who tends to be afraid of the truth, then let me go ahead and tell you right now, you might not really like this video. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all permission to run away right now.
This is the part where you run away.
Now that we got those lame ass niggas out the way, let me go ahead and make my second point. Unless you are a member of the
Fabulous.
you need to take Steph Curry's meat
Out your fucking mouth!
We're all human beings. Therefore, we're all susceptible to making mistakes. In other words, none of us are perfect. Now, without further ado, let's get right to it on some TDF.
Shit.
Steph. This man might be the undisputed GOAT when it comes to shooting three-pointers in the NBA. He can literally shoot from any spot on the court. This man single-handedly saved Team USA in the 2024 Olympics.
Indeed.
You would think that a man who is arguably the greatest three-point shot specialist we've ever seen in the game of basketball would also be just as precise when it came to shooting his seed in the right woman. Fortunately for him, this is not the case. The man now has 4 kids with one woman. Now, ordinarily, we would all applaud this, but there's just one tiny little problem. This woman he's chosen in recent years seems to have developed a habit of publicly defecating on him, their marriage, and his overall brand every chance she gets. What's worse is that it seems our boy Steph has yet to check this broad for this goofy ass behavior.
I know you ain't making this shit up.
Well, because she keeps doing the shit. So there's no way he's checking her at the crib. Like,
What the fuck wrong with you?
Like, damn, if your woman is this comfortable disrespecting you publicly, then my question is, how much BS are you putting up with behind the scenes at home when the cameras aren't rolling and there's no spotlight on you guys?
That's the more important question.
And a lot of the losers out here want us to sympathize with Steph, painting him out to be some sort of victim. But the problem with that is, I don't know about y'all, but I haven't read anywhere where Ayesha held a gun to the man's head and forced him to marry her. He made that decision of his own volition and then proceeded to put 4 babies in the broad when she had already shown a tendency to disrespect the man publicly. Now I'm supposed to feel sorry for her because this fat-faced broad keeps dissing him every chance she gets? That's a grown-ass man. I mean, damn, Curry, how many times does this sumo wrestler face broad have to spit in your face for you to understand that she ain't shit and that you should stop putting babies in her, brother? And like I said earlier, for her to be comfortably disrespecting him this much in the public, I can only imagine the kind of abuse she's putting on this nigga in their home. You can tell she desperately wants to be around an alpha man who will dominate her
Mentally, emotionally,
before stripping her
naked, butt ass naked.
and giving her some pipe. Because it's clear as day that this marshmallow-faced goofball truly believes she's superior to her husband.
Wow.
I mean, let's just be honest here. They've known each other since they were 15.
What?
And went to the same church and high school.
What?
Why didn't they ever date during that time period? Come on, man. Even Stevie Wonder can see she wasn't interested in him way back then. She had the boy in the friend zone the entire time. Word on the street is that the first time Steph tried to break out the friend zone by confessing his love to her, she looked him dead in the face and told him,
I'm sorry, but you're never getting out of here.
and what's worse is she kept giving that 90 up to the niggas she actually did want. Our boy Steph had begun to lose hope in locking her down. And then lo and behold, his basketball career started to look very promising. And it seems Ayesha took notice of this as well.
You fucking right.
Which is why she finally got with him and almost immediately had a child with him. Whose idea do you think it was? Come on now, you know she hit that nigga with an ultimatum early on. Cornered that nigga one morning in the kitchen and told him, I'm lonely. Nobody's there for me when you're not here. My eggs are drying up, nigga.
Huh?
You need to put a baby in me right now or I'm leaving you. Nigga, stop focusing on basketball for once and start focusing on this family. Huh? And let's be real. We all know Steph was not the type of guy that could be hit with all that emotion from his wife and still have the tact to very calmly and politely tell her.
Get the fuck out of here, little nigga.
I bet he didn't even think to say something like that. He might as well have been a newborn baby giraffe sitting at that kitchen table. He was so wet behind the ears. He was probably grinning to himself, thinking, damn, wow, I got me a real one. Wow, man, she really wants to be a mother. She's not like these other women. And then his EOP probably told him to pick her up, take her to the bedroom, and
Turn that ass up!
And then 9 months later, their first child was born. Now fast forward to today. Ayesha is sitting on podcasts talking about how she never wanted to do this and never wanted to do that.
Man, shut the fuck up.
And how she thought she was gonna be the quote unquote career girl and essentially be the breadwinner of the family. So I guess she tried to make Steph a stay-at-home dad, and he basically told her,
get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
but Ayesha, if you're watching this,
You a lying motherfucker.
we both know you knew this nigga was gonna be in the league. And that you were simply making a financial decision way back then. And that's okay. You were securing your future. It was up to Steph to have the foresight and the balls back then to look you dead in the face and tell you,
You can't use me like that.
but unfortunately for him, he didn't. And he was smitten. He was too focused on the fact that you had a
Great ass!
at least in his opinion, and how he couldn't wait to get a chance to find your asshole so that he could stick his head.
All the way up it!
And after years of having this man's head up your ass, you are finally tired of faking the funk. The truth is coming out. You never really wanted this man. You figured that the lifestyle he could afford you would somehow make it all worth it. But now you're starting to realize that it's not. And you low-key hate this nigga for it. The only time you seem to be at peace, Ayesha, is when you're sitting behind a microphone dissing this man, which shows how little regard and respect you had for him all along. Another thing about Ayesha Curry constantly bad-mouthing her husband the way she does is that it sheds light on one thing in particular. It exposes Steph Curry for being extremely
S-O-F capital T, soft.
Our dear boy is finding out in real time that there's more to marriage than making silly ass, goofy ass internet videos with your family members. You have to actually be a man. You actually have to be a leader. I mean, damn. The level of disrespect Steph Curry is having to tolerate is on par with the Travis Hunter situation. Steph should have known better. The broad wanted to be an actress in Hollywood. That should have told him everything he needed to know about her. At the end of the day, that Christian church summer camp stuff they grew up in meant
Absolutely nothing.
and now he's about to find out the hard way. If I was gonna feel sorry for anybody, it would be for the kids. They honestly don't have anything to do with this. And they're all gonna grow up to see the silly ass shit their mother has said and done over the years. See, Ayesha Curry, like most women, is attracted to masculine men. The way she talks that shit about Steph on camera, you can tell she desperately wants to be thoroughly dominated by a real quote-unquote alpha, as opposed to a nigga she had in the friend zone that had a crush on her since they were 15. That's why it cracks me up watching some of these different YouTube videos that have the sentiment of, well, oh man, if Steph Curry's having to go through this, then that means the rest of us are cooked. Huh? Nigga, speak for yourself. This weak ass nigga is not better than me. My EOP would never allow me to accept any level of disrespect from a woman let alone this high-ass Hall of Fame level of disrespect Ayesha keeps dishing out to Steph every chance she gets. What makes it even harder for me to side with a Steph Curry is the fact that this man is on the internet defending Ayesha's honor.
Again?
Like, bruh.
Come on now, you can't be serious.
When will you finally learn this lesson, young man? Your wife does not respect you. She thinks you're a
Pussy punk bitch.
Even though the world is begging her on your behalf to try to get her to stop seeing you as such, she stubbornly stands on business like,
Look at him. He is a pussy punk bitch.
whenever anyone tries to tell her otherwise. Steph, it's over, buddy. It's time for you to start pondering how you're gonna
Exit.
Because at this point, the proof is in the pudding and the writing is on the wall. I'm honestly not sure how much more of this you can even take. She sat beside your mother on camera and openly talked about how she wishes she could get attention from other men.
Damn.
Then she pretended to take off the wedding ring you bought her on national television.
Damn it. What's wrong with you, woman?
Now she's on a podcast talking about how she never had any real attraction to you and that she didn't even want to have your kids. Brother, at this point, it's only gonna get worse, big dog. It damn sure is not about to get better. The only thing left for this broad to do is to take you to divorce court. And you already know what she's gonna say when they ask her how much of your shit she wants to take with her on her way out the marriage. She's gonna be like,
Half. I take half his shit.
it's sad I even gotta say this, but I think the most important lesson brothers can learn from this situation is the importance of only procreating with women that actually sexually desire you and truly respect you as a man. This whole chasing a woman and wearing her down until she settles for you is not it. It's far more trouble than it's worth down the line. I get it. Sometimes you run into a nice young lady with what you perceive to be a
Great ass.
but if you're not careful and you allow yourself to get mesmerized, she'll start to slowly but surely begin inching your head closer and closer to her ass in an attempt to get you to stick your head
All the way up it.
In order to completely avoid this, you must communicate with your EOP
Constantly.
so that you'll be able to have the strength necessary to stand tall against that level of manipulation. Like,
No way. No way.
and also be able to politely let her know,
I'm not mesmerized here. Nigga.
on some TDF shit. Listen, if you've enjoyed my commentary, please be sure to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. It helps with the algorithm, and it also helps brothers like myself that are on here trying to get
Views and shit.
With that being said, thank you all, and
I'm out.
Turn the motherfucking music down.